Beach residents and businesses are also taking advantage of the calm before the storm. WMBF News reporter Samantha Kummerer is with us now in Cherry Grove. And Sam, how are people using today's weather, which is nice out there, a little windy, we can see your hair blowing, but how are they using today's weather to get ahead of Dorian?
Yeah, Eric, I've been around this area since about 9 o'clock this morning, and as the days progressed, I've seen more and more boards go up on windows and sandbags be laid out. And on a day like today, like you mentioned, those are really the only indications that a storm is coming. Yeah, good evening, guys. I'm here on the beach, and there's no drone flying above my head now, but there was earlier today when Coastal Carolina graduate students took time before the storm to take some valuable information on our first line of defense, the dunes. Eric and Meredith, good evening. I'm here at the site where just an hour ago there were firefighter crews in Surfside Beach responding on Surfside Drive and Yopon Drive to a blown out transformer and a fallen power line. The power line was just right across the road here, and there's multiple different fire trucks responding to. Now this all comes as the city just hours ago announced it is now in OBCON 1, which means it is fully ready to prepare and respond to any emergencies that happened. Starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow, the Emergency Response Center is going to be fully operational, ready for crews like the firefighters that we saw out here to be responding to any emergency that happens to make sure Surfside residents stay safe as Dorian approaches. Yeah, good morning, guys. It is really picking up around here, and you can see I'm just getting battered, and this was really started in the last few hours. But before this, I've been out here since around 9 p.m. last night talking to locals who have been out, and I've really been getting a mix of emotions from people. Some people say they're scared, and some say, you know, it's just another storm. They've gone through 20 years of these. But the streets behind me, you know, they're empty now because obviously it's very early mornings. But like I said, I've been out here since about 9 p.m. and it was kind of a similar situation then. And that's actually a good thing because here in Surfside Beach, they actually imposed a curfew last night. And so no one was supposed to be out after 8 p.m. So we have seen just really police cars going by to kind of indicate that they're keeping everything in check. Good morning, guys. You guys were just talking about those outages, and here in Surfside Beach, we also have just lost our power in the last 15 minutes. But around me, the wind is really picking up. We're about just right on the ocean here in Surfside Beach, and we're starting to feel the effects of the wind gusts, and it's still a little dark out there, so I'm not sure what you guys can see, but I'll see for you, and the waves are really crashing in. We talked about, you know, what we're seeing from our sky cams. It's the same image we're seeing here. Those white caps are really coming in. We got some pools below us, and you can really see the whipping of the wind paired with the, you know, some of the rain. Earlier, I think it was about 3 hours ago now, I came live for you guys here, and I was getting pelted with all the rain. But now it's really the wind. It's still drizzling a little bit.
Samantha Kummerer, she's been out and about so far in the elements there this morning. Samantha, forgive me. I have no idea where you are this morning, so remind me where you are. You're in Surfside. She's in Surfside. It's obviously pouring there in Surfside. Give us a report.
Yeah, Jamie, we are right off the ocean here, and earlier you couldn't see it, but slowly as that sun is coming up, we are getting bursts of wind, bursts of rain. Right now, it's actually started coming sideways. We were standing under a balcony here, and so we were able to stay a little bit dry and out of the elements, but now, you know, it's starting to hit us, and we are right here on North Ocean Boulevard and 14th Avenue on Surfside. I kind of want to draw your attention to this downward picnic table we have. This is how we're able to see really how much rain has come to this area. When we got here last night, there wasn't any water, and now you can kind of see the rain and the wind, how it's affecting that water right there.
It seems like it just happened instantly, how quick that rain just turned on like a faucet.
Oh yeah, well, Crystal, you were with me at 3:30, I think,
yeah.
a.m. when we first started going live, and that we were drenched. This is, I was telling Casey, he was with me, this is our second outfit of the day already. We were just poured, and so it's nice being under this awning, but I'm sure we'll go on to the third outfit and fourth outfit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm here in Garden City, and it's just south of Myrtle Beach, and we actually just had to seek shelter under this awning because we were trying to get out here, but the gusts of wind are so strong in this area. If you see the pools of water on the ground, you can see how that wind is just creating ripples. It's really still forceful here as our area continues to feel the effects. Feel that wind, and you can really hear it, I'm sure. If you see the palm trees, my hat's almost blown away there. You can see by the hotel pool, those chairs are over the edge there, and this area is known for flooding. So these pools of water that you see here in the parking lot, they're also building in the streets, but again, this is something that's a little bit usual, but as that wind continues to come and rain, it's something that we expect to see for the rest of the evening. So we're going to be going around showing more of that. But for now, reporting in Garden City, Samantha Kummerer for Gray Media. Hey guys, the wind and the rain continuing to fall down. That's no surprise. This time it's falling down on us in Myrtle's Inlet. We're right off of Business 17, and we pulled over here because we saw some businesses boarded up with some sandbags. And obviously this is a sight you've been seeing for the last few days as we brought you, hurricane preps. And so we want to kind of see how these kind of held up. Right now we see we got a lot of boards, we got sandbags right by the door there. Right now, obviously, this parking lot, unlike a lot of others that we've seen, doesn't have those large pools of water. We did wade through a little, but it was kind of a splish splash puddle and not an ankle deep puddle or anything like that. So the water could have been higher earlier, but it looks like, these businesses are gonna be okay, and hopefully, they will be. We met a lot of a few business owners only really yesterday when we were out in Surfside Beach. We were talking about how they were preparing their homes and things like that and their businesses. And again, they were talking about the sandbags, the boarding, the moving the patio furniture and things like that. And so it really shows preparations like this paid off for areas like this. Again, we are in the Myrtle's Inlet area right off of Business 17. We're just kind of making our way up and down the Grand Strand, looking for what the effects are and bringing you the latest. But obviously we still got the rain, still got the wind, but we'll see what else we can find for you guys today. You can kind of see right here, this is just some of the flooding. I'm gonna walk a little bit so you can kind of get the perspective of what we're dealing with here. But on the way down here, we drove here from Surfside Beach where we've been positioned during the storm, and there has been flooding like this. So right here we're up to ankles, and this is also on the road. So we were actually trying to go further down to all the way into Pawleys Island, but we just had to turn around because the water was just squirting in the car and we just didn't really feel comfortable. But on the way down here, I'm going to describe to you kind of what we did see. Again, a lot of this water on the main road too. There's actually a lot of cars out too. Not a lot, but more than I think should be, because we had to turn around. We also saw some down power lines that we had to report. The wind is still pretty strong. We saw a few down trees, a lot of debris, and we've just kind of been monitoring the situation. Good evening, guys. I am now making my way back up the Grand Strand North End. You should recognize this site. This is the Marsh Walk in Myrtle's Inlet. This is just a site I was interested in seeing. How did it fare through the hurricane? And if you can see, first thing we notice is some palm tree debris down on the ground, but then we're down by creek rats right now, and you can see they have tables that are actually down right now. They're just kind of blown. They don't look too broken, so they should be okay. But I'm gonna have you continue to walk, and we're gonna go out on the pier if we can. You can really feel the wind. Well, I can feel it, and you can see it affecting me. If we look off into the distance right over there, that is Goat Island, but luckily there's no goats there. The beloved goats were able to be evacuated earlier this week to safety, so they're not affected, but that's just one landmark for you. The water actually is not as high as I would anticipate, so you can kind of see, if you can make out the boardwalk there, it's kind of well below that area right there. We do have puddles on the side, but that's to be expected with the large amount of rain that we have been getting. There's actually quite a few birds out there. I'm surprised they can fare through all the wind and everything like that. But again, we're here at the Marsh Walk in Myrtle's Inlet. All of the businesses appear to be closed. We have seen a few residents curious, and they've been kind of driving by to look, but as much as maybe we all want some sushi or fish dinner right now, we're not able to get that here. But again, looking out inlet, kind of slight breeze, but earlier I was really getting gusted away. So for now, reporting in Myrtle's Inlet, Samantha Kummerer.